Hey everybody, thanks for joining me this afternoon. I wanted to do a 1 year plus review on my S1000RR. This is a 22 model. Um, Basically, the options I have is I have the electronic suspension and the heated grips, cruise control. So I think they call that a premium package. I'm not too sure of the BMW nomenclature for that stuff. But basically, want to give you an idea of what my first year was like: reliability, maintenance, warranty claims, and so on and so forth. Just give you an idea of what you're getting into, or what I've gotten into owning this bike. So I've had the bike, and one thing that drove me absolutely nuts is how vibey what I thought was really the engine of this bike. It I ended up figuring out it's really not as vibey as I thought it was. My front tire was bad from the factory, and front tires last a while, so um, I ended up replacing it, and it fixed a lot of the vibration issues I was having. Um, it performed well. It stopped well. It cornered fine, but just highway speed vibrations. So tire manufacturer, not BMW's fault. One only warranty claim I did have is had to replace the water pump. They took it in, replaced it quickly, no issues whatsoever. As far as modifications, everybody's going to buy this bike is going to do a tune. You just have to. There's this humongous, horrible dead spot that makes no sense that BMW gave you a bike like that. So I have the Bren Stage 2 tune, arrow header, and the M1000 muffler. I'm stock gearing. That's all stock, besides some crash protection stuff I have on the bike and some levers. Basically, the bike is stock otherwise than that. It's an absolute animal. This is the fastest bike I've ever owned in my life. I mean, it pulls so hard, especially up top, because I have a quiet exhaust on my bike. You could actually really hear it hitting the larger cam through the shift cam action the BMW engineered. It just yanks and pulls up top so hard. On a really cold day, like about 35 degrees, I will come up in fourth gear, power wheeling. And it comes up constantly on the hottest days in third gear. Basically, I fight a wheelie all the way to third gear. At the top of third gear, I can keep it down and shift into fourth usually pretty easily. But that's how fast the bike. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Handling wise, it handles amazing. It's got this like low speed maneuvers that are slow, but the faster you go on the bike, the quicker the steering becomes and the way it handles. But it doesn't feel ever twitchy. It's really planted. The one thing is about this particular bike, it's pretty vague. And what I mean by that is that the vibration, I guess, from the motor really takes away some of the feeling of the what the tires are doing. So I actually went with the Pirelli Subaru courses. And that's a great tire for this particular bike because of the lack of feel this bike has. And in my experience, the Pirellis, the carcasses are much softer, so you get a lot more feedback from the bike. I don't like to really run the Pirellis like on my Aprilia. I'd rather run it like an RS11 or something like that on it, simply because the RS11 is a stiffer carcass, and I don't like to ride a bike that grabs all the snakes in the road and things like that. And the Pirellis seem to do that, but on the BMW, they don't, oddly enough. But a lot more feel through the tires. I know what's going on through the suspension now. I feel a lot more confident and comfortable. And you really, as fast as this bike is, you really need a super sticky tire. I did the Road 6s. They performed absolutely great. You have to have electronics on, of course. With these tires, you can back off the electronics quite a bit more. So, yeah, this bike really needs these tires, especially this state of tune. So, yeah, reliability-wise, I've never been stranded. Just that water pump under warranty. Other than that, it's been great. Doesn't chew through any oil. No weird issues. Starts on the button. Um, so, it's only been a year. Oh, I have about 9,000 miles, so I did put some mileage on it. And a lot of people have these bikes, and The first year mileage is usually a lot less than that, but I love bikes. I love to ride them and enjoy them, so I'm sure you guys, if you're watching my videos, probably feel the same way. Anyway, just wanted to give you that 1 year review. If you're interested in this bike, would I buy it again? Now that where I am right now, after figuring out everything I need to figure out, and this bike is being so complex with the electronics, with the electronic suspension, and all the customizable things you can do to the bike, and then the obscene amount of power this thing makes, it for me, even though riding super bikes, especially 1000 cc bikes that are 200 to the wheel for like 6 years now. Before then, I had much smaller bikes, or bikes that, primarily made like under 130, 140 to the wheel. But anyway, regardless, that being said, this bike is absolutely epic. I have the Aprilia RS-V4. If you ever watched any of my other videos, still have that bike. Love it. This thing is, I'm not kidding you when I say it's like 25, 28% faster than the RS-V4, and the RS-V4 makes 200 wheel horsepower. It's just, this thing is epic. The shift cam technology it makes this an extremely mighty motor. I mean, you got the low end torque and grunt. And then when you get past 9,000 RPM, you hear it click over. The engine changes a complete tune and noise, and it's like VTEC, and you can hear it a lot when you don't have a loud exhaust, because you hear the engine more. Anyway, hopefully this video was informative to you. If you're interested in this type of bike, then it might be a good purchase for you. Thanks. Take care.